book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8 and verse 3, and it reads, "But if any man love God, the same is known of him." First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Kadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and to the Akim and Akwaf that are listening and learn. To you I say Shalom. This is Bam Malak coming at you with another lesson. This lesson is going to be centered around keeping the commandments, trusting in the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, not trusting in man. And many of our people are putting our trust in man and science, are putting our faith in man and science. The 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, because y'all don't want to put your trust in the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. It was a commandment. Matter of fact, we're going to go to that. It was a commandment that if we trust in the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, everything will go well with us. Let's go to the book of Leviticus, the 26th chapter. Leviticus. It was a commandment, man. But we're stiff-necked people. We'd rather trust the other heathen nations than to trust the word of the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm gonna read quite a bit of this. This is the book of Leviticus, the book of the law. We're gonna start at chapter 26, and we're gonna start at verse 1. And it reads, "Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven images, neither rear you up standing images." You know, when y'all go to churches especially on Christmas, they're gonna raise up that cross. That's a graven image, man. "Neither shall ye set up of any images of stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, your power." Verse 2, "You shall keep my Sabbath and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai." It don't say worship the pagan god, the Sunday, Sandinista, however you pronounce that, the sun god, Sunday. That's why you go to church on Sunday, because Esau, Edom, so-called white man, they worship the sun god. Verse 3, it says, "If ye walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them," let's read that again. "If ye walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them," verse 4, "then will I give you rain in due season, and in the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield her fruit." So right now, we're talking about symbolic. And 2,000 years ago, he was talking about how the rain was going to increase the land, the field, fruits and your gardens will grow and all of that. But now, the same fields are the trees of the men of the Lord that are on the highways and the byways. They're going to increase. Why? Because they're going to give you the spiritual understanding, this knowledge of the Bible. And then fruit going to come forth. And fruit are those that going to hear this word and going to gravitate towards the word. That's the fruit now that the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai is talking about right now. The gathering, of the Israel. Bringing us back into our remembrance. Back into our pure minds. Verse 5. It says, "And your threshing shall reach unto vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time, and ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely." And the Most High saying he gonna bring us back into our land, the land of Canaan, Jerusalem, Israel. Verse 6, "And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your hand." And the Most High say He gonna give us rest, man, peace. Because you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all not getting peace here in Babylon, the great spiritual Egypt. We know we're not getting any peace here in Babylon the Great. Because you niggas are marching every 5 to 6 months, for equality. You're marching for equality so the Esau, Edom, and so-called white man can see you as a human being. And he's not going to give you peace. Now he's telling you that I'm going to take your jobs away from you if you don't go take the concoction. Why? Because y'all don't trust in the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And that's keeping the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. We're going to continue reading. Verse 7. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And that time is coming during Jacob's trouble. When all hell break loose and World War III break out, and when them chariots, they break through that sky, and the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, when he appear, that he gonna gather those hunters. He gonna gather the hunters, and we're gonna go out here, and we're gonna go up here in them caves, and we're gonna bring out Esau Edom, the so-called white man, who gonna be hiding in them caves, and we're gonna be chasing them, and they're gonna tell you, verse 8, and 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. And our enemies are going to fall by us by the sword. Verse 9, for I will have respect unto you, and make you fruitful, and multiply you, and establish my covenant with you. And he gave the covenant, law, statutes, commandments to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He didn't give them to, Nero. He didn't give them, to Pilate. He didn't give them to those guys. He gave them to our forefathers. He didn't give it to Esau. This is the keeping of the commandment. That's a law. Let's go to the book of St. John. Let's go to St. John, chapter 14. St. John chapter 14 and verse 15, and read, if you love me, keep my commandments. The Most High said, if you love me, keep my commandments, because he already read back in 1 Corinthians. Again, let's read it again, man, because we'll get lost, because I went in another different direction. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 3, it say, but if any man love God, the same is known of him. That's why we came out of here in St. John chapter 14, verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments. The Most High saying, if you love him, keep my commandments. Don't trust in man. Don't trust in me. Matter of fact, to prove to you that, let's go to Psalms 118. Don't trust in man. Why you want to trust in a man when we got the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah that we can pray to? That we can call upon that name, and we can be healed and saved from all our enemies. The book of Psalms, chapter 118 and verse 8, and it reads, it is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah than to put confidence in man. It's better to trust the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah than to put your confidence in a man who don't created a concoction to stick in your arm to save you. But many of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all trust in the science. Y'all trust, in the science because you got your celebrities. You have your congressmen. You have your even your family members are telling you, hey, I heard that the science is right. And this time, it's time to trust in the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Matter of fact, let's go to Proverbs. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 7. I'm starting at verse 1. It say, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. It said to lay up my commandments with thee. Verse 2, keep my commandments and live. Hold on, what? Go get your job and live. No, keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. So why would you want to go get a job when all you got to do is keep the commandments and live? I mean, I'm confused. We just came out of 118 and 8, it says better to trust the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah than put your trust in the man. And then it come right back here in Proverbs 7 and 2. It said, keep my commandments and live. No, go to the nearest line and get $100 and allow them to stick something in your arm and live. No, Proverbs chapter 7:2. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. I'd rather keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and live, than to trust in man. Than to trust in man. It said, keep my commandments and live. So why are we running and afraid? Why are you running around here with a pamper on your mouth? All you got to do is just do the right thing. But we know 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans can't get right. You won't get right. Why? Because we've been conditioned, in Babylon the Great, to be spiritually discerned. We've been conditioned that way. Even your pastors have conditioned you to think, like, hey, God, he can't save us. We got to trust in the man to save us. And these big pork chop eating pastors, they're going to be telling you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, oh, yeah, go trust in the signs. We trust in the signs. It's going to help save you and your family members. But the word right here just said, keep my commandments and live. Keep my commandments and live. And my law as the apple of thine eye. But our people don't even know, let's go to 1 John. Our people don't even know what sin is. If they knew what sin is, they would understand, what the Most High is saying when he's saying, keep my commandments and live. Go to 1 John. Oh, I'm at here. First John chapter 3, wow, and verse 4. Wow, it's disgusting. It said, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. The Most High said, keep thy law as the apple of thine eye. He said, you keep the commandments, you're going to live. And we know we can't keep all the commandments. We keep the commandments that we can keep to the best of our abilities. We keep the commandments that we know that we don't have to commit adultery. We keep the commandments, we know that we don't eat abominable foods. We keep the commandments that we know we call on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We have no other gods before the Most High. Those are the commandments we can keep. Those are the commandments that the Most High sees as the apple of his eye. We don't have to sacrifice, the goats and doves any longer. Yahweh Shai Mashiach paid that price for us. Simple, man. It's nothing hard about this. Let's go to, it's nothing hard about this. We worship the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We keep the commandments of the Most High to our best of our abilities. We trust in the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai before we put our trust in man. We know that he said in the opposition of signs falsely so-called, in 1 Timothy 6:20. It's time to trust in the Most High. It's time to trust in his word. Y'all trusted in everything else Esau, Edom, and so-called white man has brought to you all. Now it's time to truly put your trust in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in these last days. Let's go to the book of Joshua. We're going to close it out here. Close it out in Joshua. You know where I'm going with this. I'm going to go to Joshua chapter 24. The book of Joshua chapter 24 and verse 15. No, I'm going to start at 14. The book of Joshua chapter 24 and verse 14. It say, now therefore fear the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and serve him in sincerity and in truth. That he that worship the Most High must worship him in spirit and in truth, right? And put away gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's time to put away Jesus the Christ. It's trying to put him away. It's time to put away Allah. It's trying to, and you Mexican, it's time to put away that woman. What her name? Mary. It's time to put her away. It's simple as that. It's time to put away that Roman Catholic Church philosophy. It's time to put them away. Verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you dwell. But as for as me and my house, we will serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's time to serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in spirit and in truth. In closing, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Give double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and to the Akim and Aquath that are listening and learning. To you, I say Shalom.